Theo, I think, summed up my thoughts after hours of experimentation quite well. He said, so far, Opus 5 feels like a strange but useful in-between of GPT 5.6 Sol and Fable 5. It has a lot of Fable's taste, but also comes with GPT 5.6's thoroughness as well as autism. It takes things super literally. It writes code that is slightly worse to look at than Fable, but more likely to be correct. It's regularly catching things that Fable missed. So far, it feels like a good compromise between 5.6's messy code and Fable's habit of being too clever to be correct. I think I'm going to like this model a lot. And this is the analogy I want to use. This has been doing the rounds. It's on X. I also saw Nate speaking about it, but this is how I genuinely feel about these models. On the left, I feel like we have GPT 5.6. I feel like it's the Rottweiler. So it's the model that is just going to dig into a task, aggressively complete it, and brute force it. It's fast and it's aggressive. On the right-hand side, we have the Owl. This is Fable 5. It's the smart model. It's really good at planning. It's really wise. It's the smartest, the most intelligent. It has the best strategic thinking and course correction. But it's not as fast. It's not as ruthless when it comes to, or dogmatic when it comes to agentic flows. So, if you're doing stuff that involves like multi-step agentic workflows, a lot of people, including myself in my experimentation, have found 5.6 to be the better model. But interestingly, today kind of changes the game because we have a bit of a mix of both now with Claude. Because now we have a lower cost model that is able to more closely mimic the tenacity of the Rottweiler. In this case, this is GPT 5.6, but it also has the wisdom, and this is also clear in the benchmarks, it has the sheer intelligence of Fable 5. So I feel like it kind of sits in the middle in terms of how you would use it, if that makes sense, which I feel like makes it just a good all-around model. So for me, I think, as you can see in front of you, I'll be using Opus 5, and I'm going to experiment more and bring out videos, but I wanted to give you my early thoughts today. I'm going to be using Opus 5 as my daily driver. I think it can do basically everything: scripts, research for content, scraping, building demos, doing agency work, design, helping me build landing pages. I feel like a lot of that's going to be on Opus 5. Where I'm still going to use Fable is for strategy. Like, I would still prefer to have Fable's eye, the wise owl eye, looking across like a bigger product development rollout, a bigger proposal for a client. I feel like I still want to use Fable because technically it's still the smartest model, but it doesn't mean it is the best model for, agentic stuff, which is a lot of stuff. The way to think about agentic stuff is pretty much anytime you are spawning agents or, prompting, for example, in Claude Code, it'll spawn agents to complete work, essentially. A lot of that is now, I feel like, going to be better done on Opus 5. And for me personally, I am less of a user of GPT. But overall, Opus 5 is a cheaper model than Fable 5. It is a more competent model in some ways, especially with the agentic stuff, but maybe it's still not as, overarchingly intelligent as Fable 5. But I do expect a new Fable model to come soon. Maybe it's going to be Fable 5.1, or maybe they go to Fable 5.5, and that model will probably keep the intelligence gap, but it still will probably be more expensive because of the way that it's architected and the way that it thinks, which I think will make Opus 5, unless GPT comes out with something crazy over the next few weeks, our daily driver potentially for the next month or so, or potentially even longer. So I will keep you updated as things evolve as usual, but hopefully this gave you some color on the new model, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.